Previously on Boreal Off Grid.
Wild berries are so abundant this summer, but we just can't get enough, so here we go again. We have identified two different types of blueberries growing in the hills near to our camp. Both types are delicious. This type is sweeter and has darker and smaller fruits and leaves. This other type has bigger fruits growing like grapes. Their color is light blue and has narrow leaves. So that's all for today. After a couple of hours, we take our canoe to go back to our camp. Looking at the vegetation, we can see that summer is ending. We organize our day to find ourselves navigating on the lake so we can enjoy the sunset longer. Otherwise, the sun hides earlier behind the mountain in front of our camp. Tonight we will have pasta fagioli for dinner, one of our favorite recipes of our bushcraft cooking. It is a typical Italian recipe. Arranging a healthy menu for our stay has been a challenge because of the long-term conservation of the ingredients and the balance of their nutrient content. We also needed our food to be tasty to make us feel at home, even if we are in the wilderness far from the urban comfort. We needed some variety, so we have included recipes from international cuisine and lots of spices. And this time we were more than lucky. After dinner, we were surprised by the moon rising. On the last video we prepared jam, but this time we prepare jelly which remains more liquid. Our recipe: 6 cups of blueberries and 1 cup of brown sugar. We cook it at low heat for 2 hours. We got just 2 yards out of it, enough for next week.
So good.
On some of the first trees we cut, we removed the bark only to realize that they stain almost immediately. Probably because of the sugar contained in the exposed sap that attracts mushrooms. As we walk in the forest, we sometimes come across strange phenomena. Here we saw what looked like an elf house, but ended up being the roots of a fallen tree taken over by moss. Sesame butter is a key component of our breakfast. It is very rich in calcium and it blends well with our homemade blueberry jam. And after breakfast, our routine starts again. As we study the properties of the plants of our forest, we learn to use them wisely. Here we use spruce sap to cover a scratch on a hand. It will help curing and disinfecting it. Despite of the fact that we learn about plants of our forest every day, there is still a lot to learn, especially about mushrooms. Please leave a comment below if you know anything about these two types of mushroom. The second type is puffy and gold-colored. There are several paddling techniques that exist to control your canoe. One of the most important ones is the J-stroke. It allows your canoe to go straight without having to switch from side to side with your paddle. Another one that is a close relative to the J-stroke is the Indian stroke. It makes your canoe go straight, but without even letting your paddle out of the water. It is therefore more silent. As the summer comes to an end, we can finally enjoy mosquito-free moments. They have been omnipresent this year, but bug season is over.